afternoon, everybody. It is Monday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Hudson and I are at the house. We just pulled up. I went ahead and went and got me some Chick-fil-A, you know, my favorite. And so I am going to go in and get some painting done today. My mom is actually going to meet me here, thankfully. She'll either hold Hudson or help paint, or if Hudson's being good, we can both paint. But if he's being needy like he has been, we can probably just like take turns back and forth holding him or whatever. So we are going to try to get the bathroom finished at least, which I'm sure we can do because it only took us 2 hours to get the bedroom finished yesterday. And the bathroom's way smaller. So I'm thinking we could get that finished, and my goal is to hopefully start on Hudson's bedroom, but it really just depends how everything goes and how Hudson is acting, because I definitely don't want to have my mom have to do everything by herself, and I really don't want to have to do everything by myself either. So we're just gonna play it by ear, see what happens, but it's good to have goals. So I'm hoping and planning that I will get the bathroom done with the second coat. It may need a third, who even knows. And then hopefully we can get Hudson's room at least started, maybe possibly finished with the first coat. And then maybe we can start spackling the living room because it really needs to be done, because I would like to get it painted, but we can't paint it until it's spackled. So we'll try to figure that out. So that is my plan for today, and it may go awry, but that's okay. Goals are a good thing. So anyway, here we go. So I have started on the bathroom. You can already tell a difference in the two sides. Mom is feeding Hudson because he was throwing a fit. He's starving to death. So here we are, getting started. Can't wait until this is done. I am so proud. Don't mind my hands. We've gotten so much done today, like surpassed my goals. I can't even explain to you how excited I am about this. This is Hudson's room. Completely done with the first coat. Looks so good. We finished the second coat in the bathroom. We also had a lot of help today. Both my parents came over. Carrie was here for a little while watching Hudson. Nathan's boss, Neil, came over. Still haven't done that, but it's looking so good. We started the living room as well.
Front door's locked? Yes. Front door's locked, and your coat is in the... I'm just teasing.
Hi, Bubba. So, we didn't get this finished, but we weren't even planning on doing the kitchen, so that's great. It's looking so good. Okay, so we just got home and laid down.
It's 10:45, which doesn't sound late, but it's so late.
It's been a long day. So after work, Nathan.
Well, I'll just say this. We had a lot of snow last week. So last week for 3 days I shoveled snow and I didn't do any work. So today I had a lot of catching up to do, and it was an exhausting day at work.
Yeah, he kept texting me, and like everything that could go wrong did. And it just got worse from there, didn't it?
Yes. And Courtney went over to the house during the day. So she was there today doing some painting and stuff.
So after work, Nathan came over, and then my dad showed up, and my mom had been there since like 15 minutes after I got there.
Yeah.
But so my mom and dad came over, and then we ordered some pizza. Carrie went to pick up the pizza, and she was going to bring it to us. So first of all, Nathan texted me and he said, I haven't had my wallet all day long, and I don't have my debit card, and my car is completely out of gas.
Which, I know my car, so usually whenever it gets on empty, that next time I get in it, I just go and I get gas. Which I did, and I showed up to the gas station, and I didn't have a card. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went through my car, and I found $2 in change, and I put $2 in it, and then I went across town to them.
But he made it, so
Yes.
that was good.
So I made it.
So anyway, while we were waiting on the pizza, I don't even know what happened.
Which, I'll just say, it was really good because we had Carrie watching Hudson, so we had a babysitter, and then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 painters.
Yeah.
My boss ended up coming over and helping us because he lives in the same neighborhood, so he came over and he helped us for a couple of hours.
Well, anyway, so, gosh, it was a traumatic night, I tell you. So, we were standing in there painting. This was before Carrie got there, because we ordered the pizza and she was going to pick it up on her way to our house. So, pardon my hands, they're like so gross. But anyway, she was going to pick up the pizza on her way to our house. So, we were all painting, and I asked Nathan to pick up Hudson out of his bouncy seat.
It was his bouncy seat. So I was in the middle of texting Neil because he wanted to come over and help, which was my boss. So I had my phone in one hand and a drill because I had been taking out some curtain fixtures. So I had those things in one hand and I picked Hudson up in the other hand. So I picked Hudson up out of his bouncer, and I kind of had him by like in between his legs, and so he squirmed right at the same time as the buttons on his onesie came loose, and the kid went flying out of my arms. And of course it's an echoey room because there's no furniture in it, and so he hit the hardwood, and instantly I just like dropped and picked him up, and it was a traumatic experience.
All I heard was like a huge thud, and then Hudson like started screaming. And I looked over, and all I saw was Nathan.
You're holding it very crooked.
Anyway, so I looked over, and all I saw was that Nathan was on top of him. So I thought that Nathan had fallen on top of him and was laying on top of him, but he was just on his hands and knees because Hudson had fallen. So anyway, I was sobbing because we've gone 6 months without him doing anything.
He's not hurt himself in his entire 6 months.
He's fallen off of our bed one time, but what is that called?
Carpet?
Our
is
carpet
very plush.
is so cushiony and plush.
we had taken our bed down so like all of our pillows were on the ground. Like he did not hurt himself that time.
He cried for like half a second.
Yeah.
So this was like the first time that something had happened, and he smacked his head so hard on the ground. And so I was like sobbing. I was like, I don't know what to do for him. His ear was cut open, and he was bleeding. He was instantly bruised. Like the back of his ear right here was like already purple, like within seconds. So I was sitting there sobbing. Nathan's worried because he did it. Like, he's obviously, when you do something like that, you freak out about it a little more. But he's worried about him, and then my parents are panicking because we're panicking, and they don't even know what's going on. And so, we talked about it, and Nathan was like, do we need to take him to the urgent care or emergency room, or what do we do? I was like, I don't know. And so we kind of just sat there.
Her parents were very good at calming us down.
Well, they've had 4 kids.
Yeah.
And this is our first time that anything has ever happened. But so, my mom was like, well, let me get my flashlight. And so she like checked his pupils, and he was fine. So Nathan was like, well, I want to take him to urgent care just to be safe, especially if I was the one that did it. I didn't think anything
was wrong, but at the same time, it was just something that was very scary, so.
Yeah, and he even said, I will never be able to forgive myself if something happened, and we just never took him because we thought he was fine. So we went ahead and took him, and then we got there, And the lady literally said, well, we don't accept patients for head bumps. So we were like, okay. We're like, is there another urgent care we can go to? She was like, no, you have to go to the ER.
They said we don't carry the equipment to check for check head bumps. So she said you're gonna have to go to the emergency room for that. And
which
we were like,
we knew
well,
it'd be like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So
we had calmed down by that point.
Well, he had to. He stopped crying.
He was playing. You could touch his head and he didn't cry or freak out or anything. So
we checked his pupils again after that. We
kind of had calmed down, so we kind of thought about it again. We're like, okay, I think that we got adrenaline and we overreacted. So we were just like, we'll just keep him up for at least an hour and then we'll feed him and make sure that we check on him whenever he is sleeping to make sure that he's still reacting and everything. So, but he's just fine. It was just a very traumatic evening for us all.
Yeah.
However, we got a lot done.
Yeah, we
so,
did.
Of course.
I already told them everything.
Oh, you did? Without me? Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a very stressful night, but we still managed to get a lot done through the trauma.
Yeah.
It was good. But so now he is sleeping, and I will probably...
Very adorably, I might add.
Always. But I will probably try to wake up every couple of hours just to check on him, make sure that he's still
And then she's going to call his doctor tomorrow.
Yeah. So we're not going to leave him unchecked. We're not bad parents, I promise. So tomorrow I'm going to call the doctor and see if I can get him in just to be checked, just to make sure he's okay. He has a cut on his ear, and his like all under his ear and like up above, like right here, is all like purple. It is very bruised. So anyway, that was our traumatic but also productive evening.
Yeah.
Even after our urgent care run and freaking out about stuff, we still managed to get a lot done.
So
that was good. So that is all for tonight. We're going to bed. So
good night.
Good night. Here's a little update for you. We took Hudson to the doctor, and he is totally fine. They checked his skull, they checked bumps and bruises, and they said they had no concerns other than he has a bruise on the inside of his ear right here, and he has a cut on the top of his ear. But that was really all, and they said they had no concerns. He was responding well. He was doing good. He was happy and playing. And he's such a good boy. He's so tough. Are you such a tough boy? Mommy loves you. He tries to pull my hair. He's so sweet.